When I see someone with a string of short-term jobs on their resume, like 8 months here, 6 months there, 7 months there, it makes you look like you are either shitty to work with and they want to get rid of you, or you're never satisfied in any job.
2025, I'm gonna need a refund because this year sucks already. I just got laid off for basically the second time back to back.
Guys, this is really hard for me to say, but I feel like I have to reach that point where I kind of need to ask for help and maybe look into different government assistance fundings.
Staying at a job you don't even like for at least a year or two is becoming one of the most important moves you can make right now because hiring managers aren't taking chances on short term workers anymore. And the market is more competitive than people want to admit, especially with the rise in layoffs across nearly every industry. Companies are tightening their budgets, cutting entire departments, and choosing long term reliability over everything else, which means job hopping too fast can send the wrong signal and get your resume tossed before anyone even reads the first sentence. And look, getting laid off is stressful. It shakes your confidence and it makes you question whether you even picked the right field. But this exact moment is also the perfect opportunity to refine yourself, build skills, and strengthen your value in ways you couldn't while scrambling inside a job you hated. People forget that the job market isn't just about passion or vibes. It's about proving that when things get tough, you can commit, learn, and show consistency. Because consistency is currency to employers who don't want to train someone only to have them leave 3 months later. This is your chance to take advantage of online courses, free certifications, updated portfolios, and skills that actually pay. Because the truth is simple: a layoff can break you or it can rebuild you into someone who is 10 times harder to overlook in the hiring process. Your next opportunity depends on what you do right now, not what happened to you. And if you stay disciplined through this, you come out more prepared, more stable, and more in control of your future than you've ever been. Check out some of these videos.
This is really random, but I'm looking at job applications today and I want to put the young people onto something. If you are young, if you are still building your resume, you're in your early 20s, maybe you're just getting out of college, you're getting your first like big girl or big boy job, get a job and stay there for at least a year. Even if that job sucks, stay there. Because I can't tell you how off putting it is to me as a hiring manager when I see someone with a string of short term jobs on their resume, like 8 months here, 6 months there, 7 months there. It makes you look like you are either shitty to work with and they want to get rid of you, or you're never satisfied in any job that you go to, which would also make you shitty to work with. And I look at that and that's like almost an instant no for me. I don't like anyone who can't stay somewhere for at least a year. So because my hiring process sucks and I don't want to do it again in a year. Like I'm not going to hire you just to leave in a year or less than a year. So that's just something to keep in mind, especially in corporate positions. Like they want someone who's at least going to stay for a year. And if you have a long track record of not doing that, you're going to be off putting to people who are hiring.
2025, I'm gonna need a refund because this year sucks already. I just got laid off for basically the second time back to back. If you didn't know, I worked at Twitter and I got laid off when Elon Musk acquired the company. Since then, I've been working at a like a content strategy agency type place as a director of strategy, and I just got laid off yesterday. It's surreal because I definitely didn't want to go through another layoff. Being laid off the first time was one of the most traumatic events that have ever happened to me, especially because it happened so publicly. This time was obviously a little bit different, but the company lost some clients, and now here I am without a job. It's hard not to reevaluate my life choices at this point. I work in tech, and so I'm wondering if that's still what I should be doing. It's hard to feel like secure in a job anymore. It feels like those days are over. So I don't know if I should be in tech anymore or working this corporate life. I love the security of having a stable job, but um, that hasn't been the case for quite some time for me because it's just been so unstable in the industry. So I'm considering other options, obviously. I had a wild idea. I think somebody on TikTok said, hey, become an ultrasound tech. That takes like 2 years of schooling and then you're in. And I was like, sounds good to me. But again, I also really enjoyed my job doing marketing, strategy, working in the digital space, working with tech. It is fast paced and it's very exciting. So I honestly don't know what to do. If you have any advice for me, I would love to friggin' hear it because I'm swirling. This all happened yesterday. So I've been like waffling between panic applying to places and just rotting on the couch. Would love something more constructive to do with my time. But if you have any advice, any tips, any job leads or connections, please let me know. I'm in the Bay Area, remote work, anything. I want to be busy. I'm somebody who likes to do things. So um, this is my plea to you, TikTok. Thank you so much.
And another thing, because this gets me heated, unless you've been on a job search in the last 2 years, you do not know how bad it is out here. The job market is trash, basura. It's been bad. I'm talking about applying to 20 jobs a day, reaching out to recruiters, doing this on LinkedIn, and hearing crickets. People are trying. People are not lazy. And then people who have a job give the most useless advice. Why don't you tailor your resume to every single job? You don't think that I've done that? Unless your job is hiring and you have a referral, zip it.
So I got laid off. Got an email a few days ago, and basically the company I'm working for is doing budget cuts. Nothing personal. It is what it is. I'm moving on, and the past few days I've just been kind of trying to figure out like what my next move is and what I want to do, what industry I want to go into. And then I was like really thinking about it, and I'm like, maybe this is just God's way of giving me an opportunity to do this full time. And so as of now, I have decided I am a full-time content creator, which is crazy to say because I never would have thought that. It was never my plan, but it kind of just feels right. And it feels like it's the only job I've ever had where I've actually felt like I'm adding value and I'm having like some sort of impact, and it's adding a lot of value to my life, and I just like truly enjoy it. So why not go full force and do this full time? So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see or what you don't want to see. I really want to give you guys engaging, interesting, different content, something that's like unique but like still true to myself. Let me know in the comments or message me, and thank you guys so much for your support, because if it wasn't for this, I really don't know what I would do. I'd probably go work a job and I'd be okay, like I'd be fine, but I feel really lucky that I have this as an option because I truly love it and I enjoy it. Thank you guys so much. I have some trips coming up. I'm going to New York on Thursday for an engagement party, so I'm hoping to make some really good content out of that and just share more about my life. Let me know what you guys want to see, and again, thank you so much for your support. It means everything, and I really don't know what I would do without this right now, so thank you.
Guys, this is really hard for me to say, but I feel like I have to reach that point where I kind of need to ask for help and maybe look into different government assistance fundings that are provided. If you've been following my page for a while, you know that I've been struggling to find a job, and living in the Bay Area is really expensive. My rent is about over $3,000 each month, and I got laid off back in May, and I have been trying so hard to find a job, but it hasn't been working out in my favor. With that being said, my savings can only go so much. Like, I feel like I need to start planning out for the next couple months because I don't know what's gonna happen. So if you're currently in California and you receive any government benefits and aids, what is it like? What do you receive? How's the process? And yeah, just like any tips or advice to get over this hard bump in my life until I can get a job and stand on my two own feet again. But thanks for listening, and yeah.
The job market is so bad that when I went to Washington, D.C., I dropped off copies of my resume to my state representatives and was like, hey, can you help me find a job? There are no jobs in your district, and half the postings you see are ghost postings. If you run the state, can you help me get a job?
So currently, because of all the layoffs, I have a few friends that are interviewing, and for one of the interviews that my friend went to, she had to do a Draw My Life series for an interview for an IoT company. And it's very funny because I don't even know what I would say in that Draw My Life series that would make me a compelling candidate for that company. do I just draw my life and tell them like, hey, ever since I was a little girl, I really wanted to bring shareholder value and hit the KPIs and optimize our OKRs for the organization. I don't know what they want to hear, especially if they're asking for something so ludicrous. And I feel like with the interview process now, they are being way more picky and going through way more rounds. And you got to do stuff like, I don't know, tell them your whole life story in order to get a job. And you have to tell them something super compelling and almost like lie to them and say, yeah, I've always dreamed of working at this IoT company.
So I got laid off yesterday, and today's my first full day of being unemployed. I just want to record myself and see what I do today and look back at it one day and just laugh. Also, it's April 1st, but this is not an April Fool's joke, so it's kind of messed up. But first thing on the to-do list is clean this apartment, because I was kind of sulking yesterday. Is that the right word? I was sulking. I was eating some soup. I had a little tequila drink. Now I'm ready to change my life. So I'm gonna clean. That's what I'm gonna do. That's all I had to do. Just kidding, I actually have a lot more to clean. Now it's time for coffee. Not like I really need one. I'm not doing anything, so I don't really need the energy, but my next task is gonna be to like get rid of some things to donate, just because why not? That was always something I like set aside because I didn't have the time. I did buy all my Coachella outfits. Yeah, that's what I did. It was very productive. Now I might just lay here up for a little bit and stare at the ceiling and contemplate my life. Also, I'm still in my pajamas, so things are not really looking that good. I was talking to my coworker who also got laid off. We were just saying like it's such a weird feeling to do that every single day. I was there for over 5 years. My coworker was there for like 7, I think. It's just a weird feeling to just like leave it all as it is and just try not to think about it anymore. I feel like we died and like the world kept spinning. I keep wondering what everyone's doing there. What are they doing without us? I know they're probably doing things. I'm like, do you miss me? I hope you do. And I'm also not making this start any drama. I love my company my past company, my ex. I love my ex. I love all my coworkers, the ones that still remain. I love you so much. I know it's like not going to be easy on them now. I was telling my husband, I was like, I'm obviously so sad about this, but would I want to be on the other side where there's only a few people left and everything is on their plate? I don't know. I don't know what I would prefer. One thing I do know is I feel kind of free. And now I'm like, the world is my oyster. What should I do? I don't know yet, but I have all the time to figure it out. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Also, this has never happened to me, by the way. That's why I'm really thinking about it. I've never been laid off. A lot of people go through this. A lot of big companies go through this. But I was just in a position where I genuinely never, ever, ever thought this would happen. I probably would have never left on my own. Like, I loved my job and I loved the people I worked with. I was comfortable and now I'm not, and it's probably good for my growth. Whatever I decide to do, it'll probably be good for me in the end. At the moment, it doesn't feel good. And I'm also super lucky just to be in the position where I have a lot of money saved. I have a husband that works. I do have a dog to take care of, but I think I'll be okay. I'm not gonna stress myself out too much. I'm just gonna relax. And that kind of feels good. Relax and do all the things I was putting off. I will say though, my husband travels for work and he left me yesterday. So rude, because I came home crying. He comforted me and then I had to take him to the airport. Now I'm home alone. Maybe I shouldn't say that. If it's happened to you, let me know how you felt. Let me know what you did. What was the first thing you did when you got laid off? Also, when do you stop, like, thinking about it? I was thinking about people I was talking to. I'm like, oh my gosh, I never finished that conversation. Like, what was the outcome? I can't stop thinking about it. There's like a few things I had on my to-do list. that I'm like, oh, I guess that's just not gonna happen. If I do anything else today, which I don't know if I will, maybe I'll start a show, I will provide an update. But if I don't, I want to say I know at least 2 of my coworkers are watching this. I love you both. You know who you are. And I wish you the best. And I wish you good luck. But yeah, I'm gonna do great things. What I keep telling myself.